Everybody, you got the Raging Rob here. What's going on, everybody? You got the Raging Rob here. Got some got some sad news. Some history. You know, go back. Let's go back in history on my YouTube channel. On my other YouTube channel, my main one. Let's go back in history. Let's go back in history about 3.5 years. You know, everything comes to an end eventually. It does. So anyway, 3.5 years ago, I went to the MAGA Million Stop the Steal March in D.C. I got to D.C. on a Thursday. I went there with 3 other friends. The one guy I've lost contact with, don't know much about him. The 2 other friends, one I still keep in contact with regularly. Another one that we got into a little fight on social media and we haven't spoken in a while, but hopefully we can reconcile that. But anyway, so I went to D.C. November 2020. It was a stupid fight. I'm not going to go in details, but it was just a stupid fight, you know. But anyway, we went to D.C. in 2020, November, for Stop the Steal, Million MAGA March. I got there on a Thursday. I got to my hotel room just outside of D.C. in Virginia. Checked in. I was there. I checked out Monday morning. But anyway, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I spent 4 days there. So Saturday was the rally. And if y'all familiar with Harry's Restaurant and Hotel, also known as the Conservative Corner in D.C. Yeah, it was the one conservative spot in D.C. where a lot of conservatives, Proud Boys, 3%ers, militia, whatever, the whole deal, Trump supporters, we all met there. It was the one corner in D.C. where conservatives felt safe, where we could meet, congregate. So anyway, God, I'll never forget that night. Saturday, I think it was November 14th, 2020. That is a night that I'll never forget. Well, I got sad news. Harry's Restaurant closed up. I found out that it was closing, and it closed up on December 5th, a few days ago. I just found out about it. Didn't hear about it, but I just found out about it from another friend. I'm kind of sad about it. He was in business for 30 years, 1993, all the way to 2023. Harry's Restaurant. I met Harry in person. I met the owner. He was a great guy. I met him when I was in D.C. in November 2020. He was a great guy to talk to. And this was during the end of the pandemic, plandemic, or just kind of in the middle of it. They had the restrictions, and the Marxist mayor was, when we were there eating at the restaurant, the Marxist mayor had her little photographers taking pictures of us and the Proud Boys outside and stuff like that. So anyway, I had dinner with the Gays for Trump. This is where I met Enrique Terrio in person for the first time. Had a little conversation with Enrique. Great guy. I wish him well. I pray for him, and some people said he's in a witness protection program, but wherever he's at, I pray for him. But anyway, 22 years. And he wasn't even in D.C. Can you believe that shit? Maybe we do need Trump back in office. He needs to pardon these people. I will say this. Voting for Trump is on the table for me in 2024. I've got my eyes on Lars Moped, the Libertarian candidate, but voting for Trump is on the table if he's going to pardon the J6 political prisoners. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked. D.C., that's where I met Enrique. That's where I met, I know some Proud Boys. I'm not going to name on this video, but from Michigan, we met up, and I met quite a few people from Michigan that were there that I know. And we had dinner. Friday night, the Trump Unity Bridge was out there. We were partying in the streets on Friday night, November 13th. It was Friday the 13th. Singing the national anthem and God Bless the USA. We had a great time. And then Saturday, the next morning, was the rally, the MAGA March. And oh my God, that was a day I'll never forget. We went on the MAGA March. We met up at the square there, Freedom Plaza is where we met up. And we marched to the Capitol. And when we got there, Alex Jones was there. And he was speaking, and you know, it was great. It was there had to be over 2 million people there. Met some fellow Michiganders there from I think they were from Grand Rapids area. So I had a quick conversation with them. That was great. So yeah, and then we went back to Harry's. And by that time, it was like 5, 6 this. And, you know, one of my friends, she had a lot of friends in D.C., and we met up with the Gays for Trump. And there was like 20 of us that went into the restaurant and had dinner. Yes, I did have dinner with Gays for Trump. Probably about 10 or 12 of them. And there was some other friends, and I had the one friend who had friends in D.C. There, a couple of them were there, and we had dinner. Like 20 of us filled up. We went to our corner in the restaurant. We had dinner, and we hung out at Harry's. And then nighttime fell. And when nighttime fell, Harry's got a fine, because you got to keep in mind this was during COVID. I guess the mayor hated Harry. I'll put it that way. And she was looking for any reason to shut down Harry. So Friday night, the night before, because we were partying at Harry's, I guess Harry's was over the maximum of how many people can have there. But being it was the MAGA Maryland March, it was going to be crowded. So Harry's ended up getting a fine for violating the COVID order of how many people in the restaurant. So he said, hey, you know, I respect you guys and everything, but I'm shutting down early tonight, you know, because, you know, I got a fine last night from the mayor. You know, I'm not going to push it. She's looking for any reason to shut me down. That the Marxist mayor of fucking D.C. So, and, you know, he was a very nice guy about it. You know, so we respected that. So we went out to the street and partied and drunk, and, you know, nighttime fell. I'm not sure if the Trump Unity Bridge was out there. This was Saturday. I'm not sure if the Trump Unity Bridge was out there that night or not. Saturday. Friday it was. I'm not sure about Saturday. Maybe it was. I think so. Anyway, we were just having a good time. Then all of a sudden, like within a couple of minutes, I looked over to my right and I seen a bunch of Proud Boys. They were running. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And there was a couple guys yelling, "Where's Enrique? Where's Enrique? We gotta get him now!" Like, what's going on here? You know. Well, a couple of my friends went inside back to motel, so I went back in the motel. We went back in the motel for something. They had a room at the motel there. I had my room back in Virginia, 17 miles away outside of D.C. I got a ride share from my motel to D.C. From my motel to D.C. But anyway, we were inside the lobby in the motel, and we seen all these Proud Boys just throwing on their body armor, strapping up. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know, I went outside, and somebody said, Antifa's coming. I'm like, oh shit, what? You know, and it was pretty fucking scary. I'll post a link to the video below, but at that time, it was a little scary. Somebody yelled, Antifa's coming. I'm like, oh shit. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be a long night. By this time, it was like probably 6:45 p.m. It was nighttime. The sky just got black. So a bunch of us Proud Boys ran up to the front line, and we were just yelling, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa. You know, and of course you had DC's finest separating us, which, you know, whatever. That's fine. But yeah, that was a night I'll never forget. That was one of the best nights of my life. It was. I had fun that night. It was great. So what ended up happening, Antifa tried to corner us. There was Antifa coming from one side, then they tried coming from another side, and I thought, oh shit. I know what they're doing. They're trying to box us in. You know. But some fights broke out, and Antifa got separated, and then we ended up chasing them through the streets of D.C. for 3 hours, yelling, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa. Ooh, 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 ooh. We did that for 3 hours, chasing Antifa to the street. Fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa, fuck Antifa. We did that for 3 hours. We ended up going to the Washington Memorial. I'm not going to say much further, but, you know, at 9:30 p.m. By that time, it was 9:30 p.m. We were congregating there at the Washington Memorial at 9:30 and, you know, waving our American flags, just being America. Police are watching us on standby. We ended up meeting back at Harry's. And then about 10:30ish, I got a ride from Harry's back to my hotel. So it was a night I'll never forget. One of the best nights of my life. So it's a sad week. Harry's is closing. The one conservative spot in D.C. is closing up. And this is very sad. And I feel sad about it. But I understand life has got to go on. And, you know, he gave 30 years. And I got to give it out to Harry. You know, he gave all he could. Even during COVID, you know, battling that Marxist mayor who hates America, who hates conservatives, who hates freedom fighters like us, you know, and he stuck it out. And I got to give credit where credit is due. You know, Harry stuck it out, and he stuck it out probably as long as he could. But you got to understand something. Nothing lasts forever. You get to your breaking point, and it's just like no more. So I don't know why he closed up. Maybe he just got to his breaking point. I don't know the details, but he's closed up. It's a sad week. I wish Harry and his family well. God bless you, Harry, wherever you're at. I wish you well. We met in November 2020. It was nice meeting you that one night, you know. You probably don't remember me, but I was there with the Gates for Trump, and you know, but just an all-out great guy. I wish him luck. I wish his family luck. Sad day, sad week. Today is the 10th or 11th. I don't know. Today's Sunday. I think today's 11th, but I didn't find out until just a few moments ago. He closed up on the 5th. So a few days ago, he closed up. I just found out about it from a friend. Like, Harry's closed up. I'm like, what? Harry's conservative corner? That was the conservative corner of D.C. Harry's restaurant closed up? I'm like, what? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, my God. And I was like, oh, no. He posted a statement on Facebook thanking everybody for their business. Harry, you are welcome. You are very welcome, Harry. It was great spending money at your restaurant. I spent money there. It was great eating at your restaurant. It was great kicking Antifa's ass in the street in front of your restaurant. But, and the one moment where we caught Antifa's skateboard and we smashed it in half and, man, just some great memories that night. That was a night I'll never forget. November 14th, 2020 was a night I'll never forget. Just like April 30th, 2020. April 30th, 2020 is a day I'll never forget. We went inside the state capitol and we did what we did. That was the day. April 15th, 2020, Operation Gridlock. That was the day that all us Michigan Patriots met. That was probably the best day of my life. But November 14th, 2020, one of the best nights I've ever had in my life at Harry's restaurant. God bless you, Harry. God bless America. Stay strong. I'm out. Raging Rob.